Welcome to Full Count Rhythm Baseball on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Now let's head into the ballpark for tonight's game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Drakes Creek Park for our preseason scrimmage here before the 2026 Ohio Valley League season. And this is Tim Reese back for year number 6. And good news is we're up and running on YouTube and Facebook. And I see several of you have already joined in for this surprise broadcast. This is a scrimmage between the current Full Count Rhythm team, those folks who have arrived, as we see. Oh, he's not on the camera there. We'll get him right there. There he is. Zach Williams is waving and watching, listening in, making sure that we get up and running as he is down right behind the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate sign. He's waving. There's Brooke Carmen. She's down there cleaning off that Chick-fil-A Rivergate sign as well. Getting ready for the season. First home game is Saturday. First game of the year is on Friday at Paducah, as we actually do have umpires here for the scrimmage. I don't have a lineup, so you'll learn it as I'm learning it as to who's playing where, who's batting, and we'll learn it together. But I've got Ava Dorn, who is handling the director's seat right now. She will be handling the computer, the scoreboard. All right, so we need to be kicked over into there. Whoops. There we go. This is why we're practicing. All right, so we are kicked into there, and now your hotkeys will work. That looks like Brian Sweeney, who's out on the mound, a third-year rhythm player. Zach Williams yelling up. This is great radio down there, Zach. It is. Zach Williams, the first play-by-play man for Full Count Rhythm. Young man in the radio business. Now he's in the insurance business. One of our newer sponsors, Country Financial Insurance, here locally in Hendersonville. So we'll have, as soon as he gets us a commercial, we'll have a commercial up and running for you. Let's see if I can figure out who's where. I'm going to need those binoculars. All right, Edward McLeod is over at first base. And let me figure out. Landon Rogers, number 7, he's over at shortstop. Wearing the all whites. Joel Chandler at second base. As the sunshine right on us. We're about an hour ahead of when there it is, early on. Full Count will play their home games. We're getting started right at an hour ahead of time at 6:04. First pitch is ball 1. We are underway, ball 2. As the opponent for today is the Knights. I'm assuming this is their 17U team. And hard to read numbers on these all black uniforms. The slider is swung on and missed. I don't have enough electronic devices up here. Normally, I'm going to have the opposing team's roster in my hand, an actual sheet of paper. Tonight, Sean Sills, the mother of head coach, or he's head coach tonight, Tyler Sills, a one-time rhythm player, is coaching. His dad, Dr. Alan Sills, unable to make it tonight. Ground ball to the third baseman. As yet unknown, he gloves and throws over to McLeod for out number 1. Numero cinco, that's Cam Suggs, the newly committed infielder to a Volunteer State Community College, transferring from Auburn, University of Montgomery. Zach Williams, you got us up and running, buddy. He is outie. Sweeney delivers a pitch just down low to Asher Evans, I believe this is. The first batter was Wyatt Ayers. These are all players that will graduate next year. They have 2027 under their classification. Some of them have already committed. 1 ball, 1 strike. To Evans. Sweeney misses. See if I can try to keep up. They are keeping the scoreboard down in the dugout. Another swing and a miss. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Sweeney, a rising senior at Trevecca. Fastball misses outside. We have our first full count Ministries full count. I believe that's Jackson Zeller behind the plate. Was at Chattanooga State last year. Try to get the outfield for you here in just a minute. Full count pitch. It's high, ball 4. First base runner via the walk. 9 pitchers is what Josh Carmen hopes to run out there today during the scrimmage. Looks like Jay Fuller's out in left field. As Ryan Sweeney has a wardrobe change. He just off the camera. And I have not switched the camera yet. I haven't got my paperwork filled out yet. So we're going to stay on the wide angle until I get some semblance of understanding for the batting order. This is Baron Zenner, left-handed hitter. I don't have the high schools or where these guys currently playing high school, or if they're committed where that is. I'm happy right now just to have names and numbers. So left-handed hitting Baron Zenner facing Ryan Sweeney. Sweeney from the stretch delivers high and outside for ball 1. Runner leads off of first and the pitch. That misses the zone as well. And Ryan struggling a little bit with control, which is not terribly unusual for Sweeney, but a lot of times he'll come right back with 3 straight fastballs or sliders and get a strikeout. Led all relief pitchers at Trevecca with, I think he had 58 strikeouts. Rylan Moses out in center field. Just finished his freshman year at Trevecca. Local product. Went to Goodpasture High School. Sweeney delivers. That is just outside of the zone, and that's ball 4, 2 have reached here in the top of the first inning of our preseason scrimmage against local high school summer league team. These are top players. It's some not from Middle Tennessee. I talked to Mrs. Sills, and she said, "Oh, he's not going to be here. He's from California." This is Elijah Crenshaw, number 28, with 2 on and 1 out here in the top of the first inning of the scrimmage. There's that slider and backup slider for ball 1. Ground ball 2 short, could be 2. Rogers flips to Chandler, over to first base, Edward McLeod, and that's a 6-4-3 doodat double play, just what the doctor ordered for Ryan Sweeney to get out of the jam. Good play by Rogers, the Trevecca Trojan. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner was left on base. So we will take a quick break, and we'll be right back. We'll take it right up to the And we are back. Tim Reese, Ava Dorn for our preseason game with the Knights, I believe 17Us. Rylan Moses leads off, facing a right-hander. Number 00 grounded right back to Riley Martin. And Rylan Moses is the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. Now Charlie Bozeman steps to the plate. I'm guessing that may be Charlie that's been playing or played out in right field. Bozeman, a returning player from last year's squad. Played at UAB the last 2 years. He's from Farragut High School. Pretty prominent high school here in Tennessee. They just won their 5th straight 4A title in baseball. Said he's at UAB. He's at Samford, both in Birmingham. Had players from both last year, and believe we have players from both again. He and Edward McLeod from Samford. Jay Fuller is going to be this year's John Paul Head. He is at UAB. Bozeman got plunked with that inside fastball. Luis Maldonado is the home plate umpire. I'm not sure that he initially thought that hit Charlie. I don't think we had 3 balls on us, did we, at the time? We did? Okay, so instead of it being a hit by pitch, which I thought it came close, it was ball 4. I believe this is number 14. Is this Edward McLeod? Brian Sweeney's already out of his uniform, and he's going down there to coach first base. He does it all. Cloud hits a ground ball to short. This could be 2. Over to second for 1, and the throw to first is high. McLeod will reach. No error, as you cannot assume a double play. Cloud got jammed on that pitch. Edward from Mobile, Alabama is now Jay Fuller wearing the gear on his left arm from UAB, stands to the plate. He is wearing number 21. Pitch from Martin is high and outside. So 2 out and a runner at first. We good? All right. Ava's first time to be running the computer, doing the scoreboard. She's normally the scoreboard operator here inside the press box. She did that last year. Your older sister's Vanessa, right? She's walking up the steps. She's probably coming up here to supervise, isn't she? She's coming up here to make sure you're doing it right. You tell her you don't need that many supervisors. Let's see if we've got Jonathan Huffam, our first chat on YouTube. Long-time fan of the Full Count Rhythm. He's signed in, dialed in for the Rhythm. Let's see if we've got any Facebook posts. I know we have a special guest that is listening in all the way from Starkville, Mississippi. Grand Nora, who is the grandmother of Tyler Sills and the mother of Dr. Alan Sills. She is up here at a medical procedure. She is recuperating. Pitch misses outside, and that's ball 4, 2 on. As Kaysen Hill will stand in, number 23. Hill also from Samford, hometown of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, 6 foot, 180-pound rising sophomore. Swings and misses at the slider from Riley Martin. Oh, we got plenty of folks dialed in on Facebook. There's Nora Sills. She's rooting for the Knights, of course. But Grand Nora has checked in on Facebook. She's one of the more famous of our grandmas over the years. Gotten an occasion while visiting my daughter down in Columbus and Caledonia, Mississippi, to go by and have lunch with Grand Nora. That's what Tyler and his siblings call her. and even got to play the piano for her and listen. And she's a wonderful pianist and got a beautiful baby grand piano inside her living room, and I had her play for me as well. 1-1 pitch misses outside. Bubba Perry's checking. Of course, I'm above the concession stand, Bubba. If you're around, come on up. We'll put you on a microphone. We'll have a special guest appearance by Bubba Perry up here in a place, basically his second home, Drakes Creek Park. And that foul ball just did some damage to a game changer. Camera right behind home plate. I hope it's okay. You don't see that happen very often, but something happened and they removed the video. Did something happen down here? Wonder why. I don't know what video it said that it just removed. Riley Gore, yes, this is today, May 27th, 2026. Who's saying uh-oh and why? Jason Hill at the plate. And a swing and a miss and a high, tight fastball. And he is down on strikes for out number 3. So neither team can pick up a run in the first inning. Both teams do put a couple runners on. And in the bottom of the first, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base for full count. We are through 1. We're hoping to get 9 innings in the scrimmage here, and so we'll keep it right here for right now. You can go ahead and hit that button to go to the top of the second. We're trying to square away our commercials. We got runs up on the board, so for some reason, there we go. Whoops. I don't know what happened there, but nope. There you go. Click the down button right here to be 0. Whoops. What? I don't know what happened. All right, here's how we fix that. In the scrimmage, we start over. We hit reset runs. Okay. We're in the top of the second. There we go. And we're inside that. New pitcher out on the mound. Let's figure out who he is. We're all learning numbers together. That's a number 40. Will Clodney. I jokingly called him the password because Clodney felt a little bit unusual. Met him on Sunday at the barbecue at Full Count headquarters. Chladny. He's from Lee University, hometown Thompson Station. 6'4", 205-pound right-hander. He will get inning number 2. Let's see who he's going to face. I think that's a number 3 on the back of that uniform. I'm going to get to your comments here soon. Max Long will lead off the top of the second inning. Again, I have the roster that I got from Sean Sills. She texted it to me, so it's on my phone that I have to refer to. John Smithson, all the way down in Nicaragua, the director of ministry for Full Count, with about 16 other guys, I think, down in Nicaragua on a week-long mission trip. Clodney, pitching from the stretch, delivers the first pitch outside. Probably have an entirely new infield. We do. Hudson Separulo is at first base. Still Joel Chandler at second. That's grounded to third. Picked nicely. I believe that's still Cam Suggs, and he throws across the diamond for out number 1. Nice play by Cam. Yeah, the only change in the infield looks like Separulo at first. Hot shot smash off the bat of Max Long for out number 1. Number 17 steps to the plate. Fouled back to the screen. Jaden Pearl. That sun beaten right into the press box. All right, for some reason, the video may be going in and out. Breaking pitch above the head of Pearl. Yeah, this live video's ended. What is happening with our... Something's happening on Facebook. Not sure what that is. Might have to get Zach Williams back up here. 2 balls and a strike. That may be above my pay grade with the running this OBS. 3 balls and a strike. 1 out, nobody on. Will Clodney. I don't know if I can change this now or not. Swing and a miss. The count goes full. Trying to make some changes midstream. I'm not sure if that will allow me to do this or not. So I send us off. 3-2, otherwise known as a full count, Ministries full count pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's a Corson strikeout for out number 2. Corson Fire and Security, longtime sponsor for Full Count Rhythm Baseball. And Grant Edwards, the representative of Corson Fire and Security, is a board member and one of the original members of the Full Count Ministry way back, I believe, in 2010. Overhand breaking pitch sails high. To number 13, Will Britt. So we may be having trouble on Facebook, looks like, with our video. And again, I'm not sure why. That's why we do this test run. Again, game changer, taking a licking right behind home plate. But as far as I can tell, YouTube is up and working. So our second pitcher of the day, Will Clodney, after Ryan Sweeney pitched inning number 1, as that pitch gets in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Britt. Swung on and fouled down the third base line, right past third base coach Tyler Sills. Played for the Rhythm, I believe it was 2 years, and then coached his 3rd year. His playing career began at Lipscomb University. Then he finished his last year at Trevecca. Swing and a miss, and another Corson strikeout to end the inning. 1, 2, 3 for Will Clodney in his 1 inning of work. And we will take a break. We'll go up to the logo again. Back. Bottom of the second. Trying to work through some technical issues. Cam Suggs steps to the plate to lead off the bottom of the second. From Greenbrier, Tennessee, swings at the first pitch, chops it foul. Jonas Smithson, one of the assistant coaches this year, former Rhythm player and currently on the roster at Trevecca, makes the play. Asher Evans, the pitcher, out on the mound for the Knights club, gets a pitch just below the knees. Suggs, 6'3", 205. Fastball misses high. And not sure what's going on with Facebook. Breaking pitch upstairs. And there's some chats that are on here. Oh, that's going to be Facebook. 2 balls and a strike. Yep, make it 3 balls and a strike, and that's ball 4. So Riley Martin pitched inning number 1, walked 2 batters, did not allow a hit or a run, struck out 1. Now Asher Evans has walked the leadoff batter. As now shortstop Landon Rogers steps to the plate. Just finished his freshman year at Trevecca. Josh Carmen is an assistant coach at Trevecca, so you'll see a good number of Trevecca players. Of course, I think you can only have 4 on the roster at any one time. Rogers grounds one up the middle. A diving play by the shortstop. Nice play as he throws Rogers out on the play. Did not have a play at second. Let's see if I can get his number. Give him the accolade. Is that number 13 possibly? Is Will Britt. So now a runner at second with 1 out. Breaking pitch misses down. All right, Vanessa, who's our guy at the plate? Can you read that number? All right. That's a possibility. That would be our catcher, Jackson Zeller, number 30. 1-0 catches the outside corner. There it is, number 30. Final answer. Redshirted his freshman year up at Chattanooga State. I have not switched the camera yet. I'm used to. There we go. Let's try it now. Whose head are we cutting off? We're cutting off the runner at second's head. But we got the pitcher. And we got the batter. Copper, the left side on deck. Circle, where Joel Chandler is patiently waiting. Joel Chandler the second. Evans steps off the rubber. College baseball, you're allowed 1 of those per batter before you start getting penalized. 2-2 pitch with a runner at second. 1 out. Breaking pitch stays high, and we'll have a full count. Ministries full count. Or is he saying 2-2? Oh, okay. Scoreboard's wrong, but we don't have the scoreboard up here. That's being run down in the dugout. So 2 balls and 2 strikes is the accurate count, says Luis Maldonado behind home plate. And that's swung on and missed. Zeller down on strikes. Out number 2. Brings up Joel Chandler, the second from Brandon, Mississippi, 5'11", 185-pound rising sophomore after his freshman year at Montevallo, down just below Birmingham. Montevallo Falcons. 2 outs, runner at second. No score in our preseason scrimmage with the Knights. Evans, hard slider stays up high for ball 1. All right. Throw back to second. Cam Suggs, who reached on a walk, is back in safely. The pitch up. And now the scoreboard out there in right center field has apparently been set down and nobody's operating it. That's 2 balls and no strikes. We won't have that up here, will we, Ava? Ava will be our primary clock operator up in the press box. Swing and a miss on the 2-0, and Evans stepped on a fastball there. Again, these are high school players just finishing their junior years for the most part, so they will come back to be seniors. These are some of the top players around, mostly here in Middle Tennessee, I believe. 3 balls and 1 strike. We're at Drakes Creek Field number 3. This is the home ballpark for Full Count Rhythm in their 6th year. This is the 5th year in the Ohio Valley League. Left for 1 year to get into the Prospect League, then got back to the Ohio Valley League. 3-1 pitch, high and tight. Second walk of the inning, 4th walk to a Rhythm batter. It puts 2 on with 2 out, and big number 44, Kason Youngblood, steps to the plate. Lee University Flame from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. See if he can get a hold of a pitch. There's the fastball. Catches the outside corner. Out now, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ooh, slow breaking pitch. Apparently stayed up a little high. Looked like a hittable pitch. All right, Reed Glover apparently giving us some information as to why the video was removed on Facebook. Won't be able to read it right now, but maybe somebody will have an idea as to what that means. Hopefully you've moved over to YouTube to find us. It's pretty much just as easy, maybe not as easy to chat. 3 balls and a strike. Asher Evans, stretch and the pitch. That's going to catch top of the zone and get us to a Full Count Ministries full count. What do we got on deck there, Vanessa? Can you see the number on deck? Runners should be off with the pitch. Suggs at first, Chandler at second. There's a ground ball fouled on the first base line. Veteran umpire Johnny Lowry makes the call. Did you get the number? Okay, we're back at the top. Rylan Moses. So batting 10. Full count pitch again. And there's a step off. A 3 team umpire and crew, Luis Maldonado behind the plate, Johnny Lowry down at first, Sean Douglas currently out in the middle of the infield. Ground ball, that's up the middle, could not be handled at second, but the throw to first will retire Youngblood. So 4-3, Youngblood, not the speedster, as he's retired. No runs in the inning, still no hits, no errors, 2 more runners left on base. We're going to play our first commercial as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. I'm going to point to which one we're going to go to. Don't hit it yet. We're going to go to that one that says number 1. Okay, and we're going to do it. And when I say you're watching and listening to the Full Count Sports Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
And we are back. There's our first commercial. That's working. Facebook apparently is not. So they have kicked us to the curb for some reason, which is kind of amazing because my experience has been they kick us to the curb because of music. Well, we haven't played any music on this broadcast, so we'll have to try to get that ironed out before our first broadcast on Friday. New pitcher on the mound is not a new pitcher. Is it still number 40? Is it still Will Clodney? It is. I thought that head coach Josh Carmen had indicated that we're going to have 9 pitchers, but apparently he pivoted. That ball's fouled off the screen. All right. What number do we have here? I'd written down it was number 2. Over to the right side, almost overrunning it. I think that is still Joel Chandler. He barehands it and throws to Youngblood for out number 1. Was that in fact number 2 that hit? Max Wilcox. This is Asher Evans. So Wyatt Ayers, number 1, who led off the game, is being bypassed here as the first pitch to Evans swung on and missed. He walked in the first inning, was stranded at second base. Again, the Full Count Rhythm. Let's get to the right camera angle. It's going to take a minute for me to get back in the swing of that. All spring long at Vol State, I've had somebody that's done what Ava's doing right now, handling the computer and the scoreboard, but he also handled a 5-camera switcher. We had a place for 8 cameras, but only used 5. Now I'm doing it. I think we got a change behind the plate. I believe that's Barrett Brown, incoming freshman to Bellarmine from right up the road at White House High School, catching Will Clodney. Jay Fuller out in left field has taken off his the black wrap around his left shoulder. Breaking pitch misses. I think that is Baron Zenner on deck. Again, this is the Knights high school team. I believe it's the 17U team. Maybe it's an 18U, but they've all finished their junior year as Clodney allows his first base runner. That's a 1-out walk. Second time that Evans has walked. It is number 12, Baron Zenner. Clodney has lost the strike zone. This is on the first pitch to Zenner. Swing and a miss. Normal home games will start at 7:05 or thereabouts. We started at 6:04. Got the field from 6 to 9 tonight. We won't be here that long. There's a swing and a miss. Guy's going to play some golf tomorrow, and then we will get on the bus, Anchor Transportation bus, and head to Paducah on Friday. I will be broadcasting there. Hopefully we'll get our Facebook issue ironed out. Runner from first takes off, swing and a miss. Throw down to second is not in time as Asher Evans steals second, but Zenner is down on strikes for out number 2. That's a third strikeout for Clodney. So now there are 2 outs, and the runner has moved from first to second. Now let's see, is this number 28 Elijah Crenshaw? It sure looks like it. Clodney, slow breaking pitch, sails outside. Crenshaw grounded into an inning-ending double play. Ground ball to Landon Rogers at shortstop. He flipped over to Joel Chandler, who threw on to Edward McLeod to end the first. That fastball yanked glove side, and count goes 2 balls and no strikes to Crenshaw. Max Long waiting on deck. Ryan Sweeney got the start, pitched to 4 batters in the first, walked 2, but did get the inning-ending double play. Finish his work for the night. Another pitch outside. Clodney 1-2-3 in his first inning of work. In the second, a ground out and a couple strikeouts. Then retired, I believe that was Max Wilcox for out number 1, but then has walked Asher Evans. Got the strikeout of Zenner, has gone 3 balls, no strikes to Crenshaw. And that's a 4-pitch walk. Now, both teams have been walked 4 times, still not a hit in the game. Top of the third, not sure how many innings will go. Regular game is a 9-inning game in the Ohio Valley League. And that is 5 wide as Barrett Brown, the catcher, had to get his Gumby arms out. Two outs, 2 on. There's one that whispers at the outside corner for a called strike. Max Long at the plate. Low and picked off the turf by Brown. 2 balls and a strike. Let's look. The Sutton family. Nope, it's not the Sutton. Sutton and JP, it's the Hyde family. Watching from Glasgow. They're on the YouTube chat. popped up into shallow right field. That's Bozeman, I think, out there in right. It is not. 23. Cason Hill in right field makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. And as we are trying to work the kinks out here before our 2026 season opener begins on Friday on the road at Paducah. We'll be back home on Saturday, I believe it is. Who are we playing? I don't have my roster up. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. So you can click over to. You got it pulled up, Vanessa? Can you? Who do we play on Saturday? Oh, we're bringing in the Henderson Flash. Okay. 6 teams in the Ohio Valley League. Had 6 last year. The year before that, full count had moved to the Prospect League. There were only 5 teams, and I think prior to that there were 8. And it was an exodus a couple of years ago. Du Bois County and full count left to go to the Prospect League. Du Bois County stayed in the Prospect League. Full count came back. That was in 2025 that full count came back. The Henderson Flash won the Ohio Valley League Championship the year that full count was out. Prior to that, full count had won the championship at 22 and 23, lost in the championship in the inaugural year in 2021. So in the 4 out of the 5 years that full count has played in the Ohio Valley League, they have played in the championship, losing the first year and winning the next 3 times that they were in, now tied with Du Bois County Bombers with the most Ohio Valley League championships, at least since 2011. So we have a new pitcher for the Rhythm, a left-hander. I want to say, is that number 8? Corbin, don't call me Carver Craver. It is number 8. Corbin Craver was the 3rd pitcher. He's going to pitch for the other team. That's what's throwing me off. That's where we're going to go. That's how we're going to get 9 pitchers to throw. Corbin Craver is going to pitch for the Knights. He's going to face the top of the lineup as thrown out here by head coach Josh Carman. Rylan Moses, let's see, is that going to be Charlie Bozeman? A left-hander. Just what Rylan Moses said, thank you for letting me face a lefty. He grounded out back to the pitcher in the first. Craver, 5'9", 165 pounds, redshirt freshman. That one's grounded to the right side. First baseman. He's going to delay, and he's going to flip to Craver, who was expecting him to just go over and touch the base, but instead Moses hustles it out, and that's an infield single, your first hit of the ball game. I'd have to look at that again to see if Craver was expecting, what is that, number 28. Elijah Crenshaw playing first base. Expecting him just to go ahead and take it to the base, which it looked like he could. Whoops. Over to short, and the throw is in time to retire. That is Charlie Bozeman. That's the first out. Runner now at second base with 1 out. And Hudson Separulo will bat in the 3 hole where Edward McLeod batted in the first. So this is Separulo's first action. Working through the kinks. Sorry about keeping it on that right field camera. Left-handed hitter coming from Motlow State, played at Union University for the first 2 years. He's from Paris, Tennessee, went to Henry County High School. Got a 2-ball, no-strike count with a runner at second base. No score. The only hit in infield singles. Craver tries to slide one in. So a couple of TCCAA combatants going at it right here. Walter State versus Motlow State. Craver did not play at Walters this past year. They just got, as Separulo will not swing at that pitch, as Moses had a running lead and he steals third. And the pitch in there for a strike. 3 balls and a strike. Separulo waves the bat. He's a big boy, and he gets plunked. Moses is going to have to go back to third base. So no wild pitch. Runners at the corners. Separulo, 6'5", 240 pounds. Redshirt rising sophomore. Looking for a new place. Was at Motlow State, played in a handful of games, I believe. Was injured, my recollection, May 13th against Southwest Tennessee. And he was out the rest of the year. So I guess that was probably his first at-bat against some level of competition. As now Jay Fuller comes to the plate. He walked his first time up, and he takes a called strike from Craver. It was a full count rhythm pitcher, but he's pitching for the Knights as they don't have enough players. Craver from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. And I'll go to my other sheet here to see. I think, is he a Green Hill? It is. Green Hill High School. So Hudson Separulo at first, Rylan Moses at third, 1 out. Slider, that's a big breaker right there. Another lefty on lefty matchup. That's in there for a called strike. Fans moving their umbrella to the left side. Swing and a miss. Down goes Fuller. Now 2 outs with runners at the corners. Should be Cason Hill coming to the plate. He struck out his first time up that ended the first. Got an opportunity to drive in the first run of the night. Like a sinker thrown in there by Craver. Not a big guy, but he's got a lot of movement on that pitch. Tough on the lefties for sure. Separulo not a base stealing threat at first base. It's a average lead over there. Hill, Samford University. He's from Murfreesboro, went to Middle Tennessee Christian. Just as I say that, Separulo swipes a bag. That's a century steal of second base. Second stolen bag of the day. And now 2 runners in scoring position, but a 3-0 pitch. Let's see if Hill has the green light. If he did, he didn't take a hack. That pitch more toward the top and outside of the zone. He takes that for a called strike. Says, I'm going to see if I can get something a little bit better on deck. Cam Suggs. And he's going to get an at-bat with the bases loaded. Craver went to that breaking pitch. Just slid or stayed outside. So an infield single by Rylan Moses, a ground out. Then a hit batter on what probably would have been ball 4. A strikeout, now a walk. So he's runner on, get an out, runner on, get an out, runner on. That's a pattern. Cam Suggs as a balk just occurred. Craver may have got a spike caught in the carpet out there. So that will be your Framework Athletics first run of the game. on the old balk. That moved Separulo to third. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Hill moves down to second. Moses comes in to score. Guys are getting used to the field. This, if you're not familiar with Drakes Creek, number 3, this is the home of Hendersonville High School, the local high school here. It's an artificial infield, natural grass outfield. And the turf is relatively new due to the big storm that occurred here a couple of years ago. So, again, if you're joining us on YouTube thinking that it's supposed to be on Facebook, it is supposed to be on Facebook, but we got kicked off for some reason. I have no idea why. Again, normally get kicked off because they hear music, but there's been no music here at DC3 today. Now that'll change when the regular season begins as Cam Suggs walks for the second time. Back-to-back walks. And it loads the bases again. We're going to get this is where Landon Rogers hit last time. I need a number on. This is Barrett Brown, a switch hitting catcher. Looks at a pitch right down the can for strike one. Heading to Bellarmine. He's going to be a Bellarmine Knight playing against the Knights. Swing and a miss. Bats left-handed primarily because there's more right-handed pitchers. So I'm sure he's sitting there thinking, why is the first at-bat in a Rhythm uniform got to be right-handed? This young man played for me in the Full Count Fall League, a high school fall league that Full Count Ministries has. He played for me for 4 years, one of the top players as a freshman when he came into the league, and he can hit a ball a long, long way. Oh, that one winks at the outside corner. Brown says, I hope we get that one when I'm behind the plate, but he takes strike 3 to end the inning with the bases loaded, but Full Count scores 1 on 1 infield hit. There were no errors. 3 runners left aboard. And this is a scrimmage. I'm going to go ahead and keep it right here again, Ava. Ava is my director today. She loves her some Full Count Rhythm. She's got her Rhythm number 7 jersey on. My favorite number. Who's that from? You bought, is that that's not a specialty, so you just bought that for somewhere. Who's your favorite number 7 that ever played for the Full Count Rhythm? He actually had it. Old Pig had it for about 3 years, didn't he? He was not the first Rhythm player to wear the number 7, though. And you weren't around when Full Count started. That would be Gunnar Ricketts was the first number 7. The only reason I know that is because that's my number from college and my favorite number. So Gunnar Ricketts. Let's get to some chats here. Nana and Papa of the Hyde Boys watching and listening on the Full Count broadcast or sports network. I think we got Nana, Papa, Mom, Dad, brothers. Let me get the Hyde folks here. We got twins, JP and Sutton from Marion Military Institute. They have not entered the game unless somebody's made a change out there in the outfield. This is Craver's going to just stay on the mound and pitch another half inning. The Hyde boys from Barron County High School, 2025 grads. They both have undecided majors. John and Leanne Hyde, their parents. They got brothers Jack and Hudson. Got a Papa Hyde and a Mimi and a Papa and a Nana all in Glasgow, Kentucky. So we'll see when, I think one is more primarily a pitcher, one more primarily an infielder. Let's see if that's JP. Don't call me John. Is he out there at second base now? He is not. Charlie Bozeman moving. Do I have his number right? I do. He's playing second base. Chandler looks like he moves over to short. Top of the fourth inning. Craver delivers a called strike. Barrett Brown still behind the plate. This should be number 17, Jaden Pearl, at the dish for the Knights. Swing and a miss. Strike two, 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck, Will Britt. Graber getting his second inning of work, takes something off of that one and swing and a miss and another Corson. Strikeout. Can't spell Corson without a K. Second time Pearl has struck out in the scrimmage. Will Britt also a strikeout victim when Will Clodney was on the mound. Popped up and out of play. There's our first AAA auto glass foul ball that's left the yard. Well, I tell you what, that's pretty amazing. We're at the top of the fourth inning, and that's our first foul ball that's gotten out of the fenced-in area. Change up low and outside. We have the Hyde family that's checked in, Jonathan Huffam. And now, all right, it says Mary Separulo, but I think there's is it a Mary Kate? Hudson's mama. I don't have it memorized. Mary Kate Separulo. There we go. Hudson's mama. Swing and a miss. Looked again like Craver's taking something off of that pitch. We got 2-2 on our scoreboard. All right. I don't think I have where Mary Kate lives. I'm going to guess that you live in Paris, Tennessee. Hudson, Michaela, Ella, and Emerson, his siblings. That's driven out to right center field. That's well hit. Let's see if that's still Cason Hill who tracks that one down. Free substitutions here. It is Cason Hill who hauls in Will Britt's fly out to right field. Farthest ball hit today results in an out. It's now Max Wilcox. I believe. Let's see. When he turns around, Craver steps on a fastball. Take a swing. Take a swing, Max. I can see your number when you take a swing. Grounded out to the second baseman. There's another AAA autoglass foul ball. That is number 2. Grand Nora, I hope you found us over on YouTube. If not, then you can go back and watch. We got 22 of you. Or actually probably 21, as I'm one of those folks watching as well. And I don't count. The 1-2 misses outside. Jay Fuller still in left field. I believe that's Rylan Moses still in center. That's on the outside corner. A changeup. Rings up. Wilcox with another Corson strikeout. This is the backward K. You still spell Corson with a backward K. So Craver comes off the mound. Gets a 1-2-3 inning against the Knights after facing or 6-7 of his own teammates, allowing one run. It was on a balk, which does turn into an earned run. And there's a new tall pitcher out there on the mound. I'll tell you about him when we return. We're going to go to a break on the Full Count Sports Network.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese, Ava Dorn back at Drakes Creek. We're inside the press box, about 120 feet away from home plate. Not a maximum spot for sure, but it's worked for 5 years so far. As our new pitcher for the Knights, but he's actually wearing the Rhythm Whites. Jackson Goddard, an incoming freshman to Belmont University, my alma mater. He's soon to become a Bruin, 6'3", 180-pound right-hander from Liberty Creek High School, right here in the Gallatin area. It's from Hendersonville, Tennessee. Dad, Rich Goddard, lives in Portland, and he's going to deliver the first pitch to Joel Chandler, leading off the bottom of the fourth. Missy Lozano is his mother, lives in Hendersonville. He's gotten ahead 0-2. Got brothers Tyler and James. Time is called. Goddard working quickly here. Chandler walked in his only time to the plate in the scrimmage so far. There's the first pitch wide of the zone. Mary Kate Separulo says yes, lives in Paris, Tennessee. She's chatted on our YouTube chat. Appreciate that. I enjoy the flow back and forth, and I hate that Facebook is not up and working. Goddard's first strikeout is of Joel Chandler. For out number one, this is the spot where big Cason Youngblood, let's make sure, we got several good-sized fellas on the roster here. I don't know that there's anybody bigger than Cason Youngblood. He fills out that number 44. Looks at a called strike. A couple tall fellas going at it, but Youngblood fills out the jersey a little bit more than Goddard. That's 65 pounds more. The pitch missed somewhere, not sure where. 1 ball, 1 strike. Goddard pitches from the stretch and delivers. Fastball missed up and maybe away. Youngblood grounded out to the second baseman, his only at bat. Should be Rylan Moses, the leadoff batter on deck. Skipped Jackson Zeller. He may be loosening a pitcher up down in the bullpen. From our vantage point, we cannot see the home bullpen. They've built a multi-use building down at third base dugout. It's the third base dugout. It's the Hendersonville High School locker room. It's also their batting cage as well, and it is a very nice building. It just obstructs down the left field line, and which includes the bullpen. So we have no idea if and when there is somebody loosening. Fouled back. We have a Full Count Ministries full count as the cheese sticks have arrived. Brought to you by the concession stand down below us. Full count pitch popped up to the right side, shallow right field. Center fielder, right fielder. Center fielder will come in and make the catch. We're out number 2. This is a wood bat league. These guys haven't swung a wood bat in a while. Let's see, my binoculars. They're kind of fuzzy tonight. Not sure if it's my eyes, could be the binoculars, or it could be this window. That may be Max Long, the center fielder, as Rylan Moses getting his third at bat. Is the only hit of the game. It's an infield single that shouldn't have been. Get a ground ball to the first baseman. First baseman about 6 steps away from the bag and decided to. Resistance popped up. I don't think that's going to get it over there. The catcher goes about as far out as you can go. Makes the catch right in front of the mound. There's our third baseman over here that just let him take it. I'm not sure who it was, but a pop out to the catcher right in front of the mound for a 1-2-3 inning for Jackson Goddard. All right, what was I saying? Talking about something before Rylan Moses interjects an actual play, and we'll keep it here. Oh, there was a player right there that he's got to leave early. Who was that? And I don't think I remember calling out a number 21, Carter Lewis, for the Knights. He's walking out of here, but I don't know that he pitched. I don't think he came to the plate either, so I'm not sure what happened there. We are through 4 innings, full count, 1-0 lead, only 1 hit. So we'll now move to the top of the 5th. And we got a Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. Got a lot of those tonight. Who's wearing Logan Harrell's number 29? Hey, I don't have it on my sheet. I didn't put him on here. Who is this? This is one of the new guys. All right, now I got a pivot. Case. I'm going to go with Clatour. Clatur. I think he's out of Bowling Green State University. I didn't think he was supposed to get here this soon. Let me make sure that is correct. All right, Brooke, spreadsheet. Is this the right spreadsheet? Nope. First pitch from Clatour in there for a called strike. Here, who we got at the plate? Asher Evans. So apparently Wyatt Ayers must have left early. He's number 1. He led off and grounded out, but has not batted against. Fastball misses inside. The count goes 3-1 to Evans. He's walked twice, looking for his 3rd walk right here. He says, hey, somebody throw me a strike. And he swings at a pitch probably out of the zone, fouls it over to his own on-deck circle where Baron Zenner is getting ready. Chase Clatour, 6'2", 185-pound Probably a rising junior, Bowling Green State University up in Bowling Green, Ohio. He's from Nolensville, Tennessee. Not sure where he went to high school. It's a full count Ministries full count pitch is fouled off. This is a preseason scrimmage. We're trying to get our kinks worked out as well. Popped up on the right side, shallow right field, long run. Is that still Hill out there? And he makes a running catch after losing his lid. Good thing his head wasn't in it. What is wrong with my binoculars? Is that number 23? You got good eyes, Ava. Out there in right field. It's behind a pole now. It is. Still number 23, Cason Hill with a nice running catch for out number 1. Baron Zenner at the plate. He lines one. That's going to loop and drop into the natural grass in center field for the first hit of the ball game for the Knights. And a 1-out knock for Zenner, who's now 1 for 2. Reached on a walk and struck out. That'll bring up the first baseman, Elijah Crenshaw, who's 0 for 1. He's also walked. Thanks for joining us on this fake ball game here. Scrimmage. It was supposed to have happened yesterday, but had lots of rain. A slider in there for a called strike. A much nicer day today. I do want to thank Chick-fil-A of Rivergate, our title sponsor. Did not get our starting lineups because we didn't get a lineup sheet from anybody. That runner takes off, pitches fouled off to the right side of the old hit and run. 84 degrees here in Hendersonville. Feels like 89 right now at about 7:22 Central Time. Vicky Maloney checking in. Long time listener and supporter of Vol State. It's going to take me a little while to get out of Vol State. I did about 50-something games for the Pioneers this spring. Full count rhythm. Vicky Maloney, sister of first-year coach KT, Kenny Thomas. Kenny, I assume, is going to go back to the MLB Draft League. Coached the Williamsport Crosscutters. I haven't heard anything different. He coached year number 1 for the full count rhythm. Swing and a miss and a Corson strikeout. Sits down Crenshaw for out number 2. They have not met Mr. Clatour, who was on the mound. He was not at the meet and greet on Sunday, and I think he just signed his contract recently. So, local product, Nolensville, Tennessee, but he plays at the alma mater of Oral Hershiser, Bowling Green State University. I believe they're the Falcons. Up in the northwest portion of Ohio. Almost getting to that state up north. Nobody wants to say the name of that state. The big rival to Ohio State Buckeyes. Throw over to first. Runner is back. I believe that's big Hudson Separullo over at first base. Edward McLeod's been over there, and Hudson Separullo out most of the spring with a lower body injury. And I know that Dan McShay, the now recently departed coach at Motlow State, was not happy about that. He was looking forward to having Hudson over there with the Bucks. And I'm sure Hudson was looking forward to hitting over there at Motlow State. Pretty short fence in right field as a 4-pitch walk puts, I believe that's Max Long on first base. Runners now at first and second as Jaden Pearl will come to the plate. Motlow State hit a bunch of home runs. And I won't say all of it, but that ball just left the yard. I did not broadcast there, but I watched all three of the Motlow State games, and Pioneers won 2 out of 3, but a lot of runs were scored, and a lot of them by home run. It's ball 5 as Couture has lost the strike zone. Case. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 5th inning. Preseason scrimmage gets the swing and a miss by Pearl on the breaking pitch. Is Jackson Zeller behind the plate again. Makes a nice stop there. We've had Barrett Brown and Jackson Zeller behind the plate. Other catchers, Nathan, we have to figure out if it's Roland or Rowland. Is not here yet. Slider backed up and stays inside. Bryson Hamilton, also a catcher on the roster from Virginia Military Institute, is Noah Staki Aora. He is not here now. Throw a little Spanglish in there, Abe, every once in a while. Ground ball to the left side. It will bounce foul. Cam Suggs gloves and then looks at Luis Maldonado, the home plate umpire, and said a quick prayer as runner barreling down to third base. Probably was going to beat Suggs to the base. So he caught that one behind third base. Full Count Ministries, full count to Jaden Pearl. Will Britt is the scheduled on-deck batter. Again, this is a scrimmage. Tyler Sills handling the head coaching duties. He and his dad handle this team, and they've been very successful, as I understand it, every summer. And that fastball stays inside for ball 4. Back-to-back walks now have loaded the bases. Britt taking his catching equipment on. So guess who the catcher has been for the Knights? That's right. Will Britt. We try to give you softball questions around here. Wonder if my research analyst, Jay Myers, is listening in. I'm not sure if we're going to see JC tonight or not. He is one of 3 rhythm players back from last year's squad. Charlie Bozeman, JC Myers, and Ryan Sweeney. Sweeney back for his 3rd year. Swing and a miss as Couture steps on a fastball. Britt 0 for 2, strikeout and a flyout. Bats here with 2 out in the top of the 5th inning with the bases loaded with Knights. Joel Chandler at short. That's Charlie Bozeman at second base. Cam Suggs at third. Hudson Separulo at first. Ground ball to short. Chandler gets a nice hop. Loses his shoe. Something is out there on the turf. He throws to Separulo to retire Britt and end the inning, but no idea what it was that he lost, but he's limping off with, I think that's a shoe in his hand. No runs, 1 hit is a little bloop soft liner out to center field by Baron Zenner. Gets the first hit of the game, so each team with 1 hit. No errors, 3 runners left on base. We're going to have, hopefully during the regular season, we're going to have an alumni spotlight here between the top and the bottom of the 5th. Ava, give me an alumni from last year. Who's a player last year that you like to watch play? John Paul Head. He was a big favorite for a lot of people. John Paul, now known as J.P. Head at the University of Alabama, Birmingham, from Vestavia Hills, Alabama. What number did he wear last year? Do you remember? Stumped you there, didn't I? You know, let's see if anybody out there listening can remember what number John Paul, call me JP Head now, 22 home runs he finished, I believe finished this year down at UAB. He was one of the top home run hitters in the country. I think he hit about a $185 or something his freshman year and went back after winning the Triple Crown last year, I believe, for full count in the Ohio Valley League. I'm going to have to check that again. John Paul Head, I think, led the league in home runs, batting average, and RBIs. The only one I think maybe he didn't was average. He hit 450 last year. He clubbed 11 home runs, 11 doubles, drove in 56 runs, and he was the player of the year, unanimous, I believe. The question is, what number did John Paul hit? Where I think I know, I feel pretty confident. I'm going to say it with strength and conviction. I could turn your mic up. Ava, I'm going to turn your mic up. Let's put that thing down there. Say hello to the folks.
Hello.
Put that thing a little bit closer to your
Closer?
mouth. There
Okay.
you go. We'll turn you up. All right, Ava, tell us a little bit about yourself and start at the very beginning.
Like what?
Well, here's a really great beginning is you were born at a very young age
Oh yeah, it was.
to parents you hardly knew,
Hardly knew.
right?
Bingo.
Your beginning is the same as my beginning. All right, you take it. I got to find my light. It's all you, Ava.
All right.
I'm walking over here, gripping radio and television. Starting to get dark in here.
It is.
Luke Vierkant, the new pitcher, and he is greeted rudely. A line drive. Is that Bozeman?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Charlie Bozeman swings at the first pitch. Luke Vierkant was at Trevecca this past year, and he put on the red shirt, was on the roster for Full Count Rhythm last year, but did not appear.
He was?
He was on it, but did not, then was off, I guess. So
Okay.
he's wearing the number 6, I believe. That's formerly worn by, I believe, Lake Morris. Okay, let's get us on the right camera. There's a ground ball to third. Long throw across the diamond
Ooh.
is not dug out. Oh, they're going to say he did catch it, and it came out as he was pulling it out of his glove. So a one hopper. Let's see who the third baseman is, if I can take a look, see. Trying to get around a pole. Can't figure out who it is. Anyway, Bozeman retired 5-3 if you're scoring at home, and if you are, I need to know about it. All right, is this Hudson Separullo or Edward McLeod back as Vierkant's offering sales high? This is Jason Youngblood is batting way out of the line that he had originally batted in. He's batted twice, grounded out, and flew out. 2 balls, 1 strike count. Now to Youngblood from Lee University. He does not have the largest number on the squad. That's to a guy who's not here yet, Gus Daniels, who's signed recently, but
I think he's staying with us.
Gus Daniels,
I
I
think so,
believe you're
yeah.
right about that. Full Count Ministries, full count, and Youngblood gets rung up. So Vierkant gets the Corson strikeout. It's just a scrimmage, folks. Just a scrimmage. Two up, 2 down. That brings Jay Fuller to the plate. Fuller looks at a called strike. Walked and struck out. The Knights, a high school team, summer league team. You know, I think that they're hitting with wood bats as well. I have not heard any pings. I'm not sure if they will normally play wood bat all summer or, which I think typically happens with this age group, with this level of play. And these guys are some top players. Talking to Josh Carman before the game, and he said that there are some young men that have already committed to some Power 4 conferences, the SEC and ACC already. 2 balls and 2 strikes. They just struck them out.
I was talking to Ryan, and he said that there are Vanderbilt and Tennessee commits.
Popped up on the left side. This might be playable. Third baseman Fanu Manu Lanu, first name unknown, middle name unknown, last name unknown, makes the catch to end the inning. See if I can get his number as he's jogging off the field. That's 00. Who started the game on the mound? Riley Martin, who makes a couple of plays there in the inning. So 1-2-3 inning. Ends the 5th. Luke Vierkant with 3 up, 3 down. He was pitching for the mighty Knights there in the bottom of the 5th. We're through 5. Not sure how many we're going to play, but we will come back for the top of the 6th. You're watching and listening to the Full Count Sports Network. And we played.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Bingo, and we're back. Ava Dorn learning stuff. Ava, you're homeschooled, right?
I am, yeah.
Okay. And so did you finish this year's work already?
Not
Are
yet.
you still working on it?
I got a few subjects left.
Okay. And so what grade would you tell somebody you are in?
I'm in 8th, going into 9th.
Okay. There you go. And you are the middle daughter of Doug and Rebecca.
I am, yeah.
Okay. You're the middle child. You're the second daughter. Vanessa is your older sister.
Yep.
Who was up here, and she brought you some cheese sticks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how old is she?
17.
Okay, so she's still in high school.
Yeah.
Correct. Is she doing some Fall State stuff too? Is she dual
No.
enrolled?
Yeah, she's in dual enrollment at Trevecca.
At Tribeca. Okay.
Yeah, so she's a Trojan.
Okay. We got a Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen. Mr. Jim Douthat. Common spelling of Douthat, by the way. Douthat is on for Full Count. He has delivered 2 strikes to Max Wilcox, I believe, at the plate. Oh, 2 as he comes sidewinder to the right-hander and gets a Corson strikeout, swinging for out number 1. It's find out a little more about Douthit from Virginia Military Institute, VMI. He's one of 3 players on the roster. I believe our first VMI player, actually, we had 2. I believe Jack Armstrong. Don't call me Armstrong, Jack Thompson. I always want to call him Jack Armstrong. Jack Thompson was our first, along with, we had a, what was his name? Addison Culpepper, I want to say, from Beaver Creek, Ohio. They were both VMI Keydets. Jim Douthit is, and he is doing another at pumping strikes. As I believe this is Asher Evans, number 5, or at least it should be. Douthit just misses outside. He thought he had him another one. Evans 0 for 1. He's walked twice. Douthit 6 foot, 190 pounds from Richmond, Virginia. Long way away. St. Christopher's High School 2024 grad. Hello to Fielding and Gail Douthit, who might be listening in. He's got a sister, Caroline. And he's got another strikeout brought to you by Corson Fire and Security. Coming in, if in fact there was a fire, he'd be putting it out. Aaron Zenner is the only hit for the Knights. He and Rylan Moses, the answers to the trivia questions. Who has the only hit for their team? Moses has an infield single for the Rhythm, and Zenner has a little soft line drive that landed out in shallow right center field for the base knock. Scores 1-0, full count leads, and that happened with a bases loaded balk when Corbin Craver got a toe stuck in the mound as a pop-up out to shortstop. That's Landon Rogers back out there at shortstop. Ends the inning, so a 1-2-3 inning for Jim Douthit. Let's see if there's any more information to give you. He's staying in the host home of Matt and Ashley Blazer. They got a little one. Grandpa Bill and Mimi, his grandparents, they live in Richmond, Virginia. 7 appearances this year with VMI, all in relief. 2.79 ERA as we are moving to the bottom of the 6th inning, and it's time to get some Zach Williams Insurance Agency insurance runs. Country Financial is our new sponsor this year. Zach Williams, former play-by-play broadcaster for home games, right here on the Rhythm Broadcast Network, now known as the Full Count Sports Network, just in case we want to throw in some more sports. I say Fall State Sports Network all the time, so I want to stay consistent as we have a Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen for the Knights, who are going to dip into the full count pitching staff. Joey Greenstreet, speaking of Trevecca. I don't know if Vanessa knows Joey, but they go to the same school.
Yeah, she does.
She does know him.
Mm-hmm.
So Joey Greenstreet, if he got a chance to hit, he told me he's a switch hitter. I said, I don't think you're going to get much of a chance to hit. Here, 6'2", 210-pound redshirt freshman. He's a rising redshirt freshman. Got in a couple of games this past year, but not enough to lose his red shirt. The son of John and Susan Greenstreet, brother to Bree and Lexi. He's from Mount Juliet, Tennessee, attended Green Hill High School. The Green Hill, what are they called? That's one of the new Wilson County high schools here just outside of Nashville. The Green Hill Greenies, I'm not sure. Let's see, got a grandpa and a grandma in Fort Mill, South Carolina. He's staying occasionally with the Veerkants, I think he said. Let's see who he's facing here. Was this Case and Hill, number 23? Looks like it could be. First pitch that he sees. from Green Street.
38.
38's on the
Yeah,
mound, right?
38.
Yeah, I'm looking at the 23 at the plate.
Oh, my bad.
That's okay. Casey Hill's 0 for 1, struck out and walked. I mean, you hate to root for your hitters against your own pitching staff, but I mean, there's nothing but zeros and ones out there on a scoreboard, except for the pitch count. Looks like a computer diagnostic or something. Nothing but zeros and ones. Today's young people don't know. Back in the day, a computer class, that's what it was. It was either a toggle on or a toggle off. Not that I'm a computer expert, but zeros and ones was what computer language was. There's pitch right down Broadway as the scoreboard went to 0-0. Ours says 2 balls and 2 strikes. Green Street pitching from the stretch. Ground to 2 short. The shortstop picks it up. Throws high over to Crenshaw. That has been Will Britt over there at shortstop. Not sure if that still is, but a 6-3 retires Casey Hill for out number 1. Tried to get to everybody's chats. Appreciate those of you that have sent in a chat. Sorry for what's going on our Facebook page. First pitch swinging Cam Suggs, and that's a AAA autoglass. Foul ball. Suggs walked twice. Looking for him to swing the bat. Was at Auburn University in Montgomery last year. Played his high school at Davidson Academy. There's 4 Davidson Academy folks affiliated with Full Count Rhythm roster. Nick Krupp, the operations manager / assistant general manager / batting practice pitcher from Davidson Academy, is another AAA autoglass. Softly hits off the grass and then rolls into the rip wrap, or the, what am I thinking of? A little path just to the right of the press box. Gravel, that's the word. Gravel driveway. Who else is a DA Bear? J.C. Myers. Nobody chimed in on what John Paul Head's number was from last year. We probably don't have a lot of people from last year's team. Do you got it? You think you got it? Do you remember? Okay, was it a single-digit number or a 2-digit number?
It has to be
What's your
2-digit.
guess? Your guess is 2. I'm going to say no. Full Count Ministries, full count. Grounded right back up the middle. Gloved by the shortstop. His throw is wide. I'm going to count that as an infield single. It's a tough play up the middle. Cam Suggs reaches on another infield single. Put a runner at first with 1 out. Let's see if I can determine if that still is. It is not. Asher Evans is a shortstop. Slow roller up the middle. Tough play, but his throw to first was wide of the mark, but Suggs stays put at first. Landon Rogers gets another at-bat. This is only his second at-bat. Takes a called strike. Tall Memphian. Rebecca Trojan. Played a whole bunch of games as a true freshman at Trevecca. 6'3", 170 pounds. Went to Briarcrest Christian High School. Entrepreneurship major. Doug and Kelly Rogers, his parents, got a brother Devin, and he grounds one right up the middle, could be 2. Evans gloves, steps on second, throws a strike to first for a 6-3 inning ending double play. just what the doctor ordered for Joey Greenstreet as he retires his teammate over at Trevecca for 2 outs. No runs, 1 hit in the inning, no errors, and nobody left on base. Not the type of game that I thought was going to happen here today. I thought there'd be some hitting, but so far, no. We're through 6. Not sure how deep we're going to go into this game. I'm guessing maybe 1, possibly 2 more innings would be my guess. Probably go until we run out of pitchers. Let's take another break. Go ahead and see if you can come down we'll try our only TV one. You're watching the Full Count Sports Network.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
And this is Tim Reese on the Full Count Sports Network, and joined by Ava Dorn, the middle of 3 kids of the Doug and Rebecca Dorn Union. They don't live too far away.
Only 5-6 minutes.
I mean, if you had to walk it, how long would it take you? She don't want to think about that. Nope, not going to walk it. New pitcher, Hendersonville Firefighters Association, call to the bullpen. Kason Hill coming out of right field to get on the mound. 6 foot, 180-pound right-hander from Sanford. It's a swing and a miss by Crenshaw. Kason from Murfreesboro, attended Middle Tennessee Christian High School. Have not had a chance to chat with him. I know his dad's name is Brad. I got that off the Sanford. Nope, I got that off of the spreadsheet that Josh and Brooke Carmen sent to me. Appeared in 14 games for Sanford, but that was as a position player or a pinch runner, it looked like. Got 7 at-bats. Trying his hand on the mound, facing Elijah Crenshaw, the first baseman for the Knights high school team. Sails that one to the backstop. I see that somebody's taken down the Game Changer phone that was clawed up there on that backstop.
I don't blame them. Phones are expensive.
It might have broke the second time. It got hit with foul balls twice. We were up briefly on Facebook, but apparently Facebook didn't like something that was carried on the video feed. Let's see if we can figure out what happened there. As you see Tyler Sills come running around back to his dugout for some reason. So I wonder if Jonas Smithson for Full Count is going to coach third for the Knights.
Maybe.
Ground ball up the middle. Landon Rogers. Gloves and casually throws over to, who we got over there? It's Edward McLeod back at first base for the first out. Scrimmage, you just freely substitute. So looks like Cam Suggs now at second base. Swing and a miss by who's supposed to be Max Long, and I think that is number 3. Again, another one sails to the backstop. Joel Chandler II is moved over to third base. And since Kaysen Hill is not at right field, is that Charlie Bozeman? It is. Rylan Moses still in center. Jay Fuller still in the left. All right, nobody's chimed in. I believe that Kaysen's struggling with getting the ball down in the strike zone. Another one trying to hit the bull and win a stake, goes to the backstop. I believe John Paul Head's number was 9.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I believe. Slider misses outside.
You might be right.
I could be.
I was thinking like 14. That's what I remember.
And a hit batter on a 3-1 pitch. If you're going to walk him, just go ahead and hit him. That's some people's thought process, not mine. I say try to get him out. Don't try to walk somebody. Jaden
Right.
Pearl with the blue helmet steps to the plate. Couple of strikeouts and a walk. He bats with 1 out and 1 on here in the top of the 7th inning of our, I guess it's our first preseason scrimmage ever for Full Count Rhythm. At least one that we've carried on a broadcast, swing and a miss. Barrett Brown, the catcher, behind home plate in front of Luis Maldonado, our college official. All 3 of these guys I've seen broadcast or umpire at TCCAA games. I think our only incoming freshman, so a recent high school grad, Barrett Brown behind the plate. Everybody else has been a year to college. Another one sailing to the backstop, and that will send a runner down to second base on the wild pitch. Again, I'm not sure when the last time Kaysen Hill even threw a bullpen, much less pitched to opposing batters. Not sure if he's listed with Samford's roster as a two-way player. There's a nice breaking pitch that stays inside. Count now 3 balls and a strike. Again, if you're new to Full Count or Ohio Valley League, 6 teams in the league. And we play 6 nights a week. No day games unless there's something unusual that's happened. So we have a Full Count Ministries Full Count. Full Count here located in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Fulton located in Kentucky. And time is called. Not sure who called it, if the batter did or not. But home plate umpire Luis Maldonado definitely did. So Full Count Rhythm, Full Count, or Fulton Railroaders, Madisonville Miners, and ball 4. Puts runners at first and second. The Paducah Chiefs, Hoptown Hoppers, and the Henderson Flash are the 6 teams that play a 40-game schedule in the summer. Mostly June and July. The playoffs will start about the 3rd week of July. Check swing, and the pitch is called a strike. Should be Will Britt. Turns away from that. Fastball at the face. One pitch, misses outside. If you need to talk like that, just go ahead and turn your volume down right there. That's your spot. I'm turning you back up.
All right.
Don't sniffle or anything. Clear your throat. If you're going to clear your throat, you got to turn that volume down.
Right, got it.
We're working through stuff here. My wife will not allow me to turn as the throw back to the pitcher. Nonchalantly gathered by Case and Hill with runners at first and second with one out. My wife, who will be doing that job hopefully primarily this year, will not want that volume button up. And ball 4 goes to the backstop. First out recorded on a ground out, then a hit by a pitch on what would have been ball 4, and then 2 straight walks have loaded the bases. And let's see if Max Wilcox turns around. That is number 2. He's 0 for 3. Barrett Brown goes out to have a confab with Cason Hill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pitchers facing the Knights. Swing and a miss. 7, 8, 9 total pitchers. So this might be the final inning. Josh Carmen said he had 9 pitchers to go tonight, and that's 9 pitchers for full count. 1, 2. Only 2 pitchers pitched for the Knights tonight. 0-2 pitch. They stopped by Brown on a pitch in the dirt. Not dirt, it's turf. It's artificial turf. The entire infield and the areas, warning tracks in front of the dugouts. It's grass outfield. Ground ball to third. See, they're going to go step on third, throw across a diamond, and that is the 5-3 inning-ending do-dat double play. Just what the doctor ordered for Cason Hill. Was that Joel Chandler down there? Turned the second double play of the day for the Rhythm. And it looks like, is that Veerkamp going to go back out on the mound? Or do we have another pitcher? Nope, that's another pitcher. So apparently there were 10 pitchers. Jackson Grant is going to pitch against his squad in the bottom of the 7th. Doesn't mean they'll be at top of the 8th. Tell you about Jackson Grant. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. Ava, make
Got
your
it.
job a little bit easier.
Yes, sir.
All right. Nobody else has chimed in on our YouTube chat. We still have a few people watching and listening. If you want to send in a chat, I tell you what, my email address is right down there. If you can see it very well. Let's see if we can see it on. You see it better there? Right down there in the right corner. It's treesports@gmail.com. If you don't want to send in a chat, you can send an email. Let's see if anybody has done that. Nope, Ascension St. Thomas has. They want me to pre-register for my upcoming appointment. And Stacy Winter at Long Hollow Preschool Ministry wants me to tell them I'll be there on Sunday morning to push the crybaby buggy. But anyway, if you want to chime in and let me know who you are, where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, give me a little intel. You send me an email, treesports@gmail.com. And if I get that before we go off the air, I'll try to get that info out to the folks. I'm going to have to change that the color on the email address. It's not showing up very well. Are we still getting Facebook?
I haven't seen it.
No, nothing else is coming through.
Nope.
Okay. Well, yeah, because that's all the red ones are YouTube, right? Okay. Let's tell you a little bit about Jackson Grant. How about it? He's a left-hander. That's for sure. Let me get to his page. He's in the portal. He spent A little bit of time at Erskine College, that's located in South Carolina. He's 6'1", 170 pounds. Redshirt sophomore coming up from Flowery Branch, Georgia. Went to Cherokee Bluff High School. He's a business major and looking for a 4-year opportunity. Glenn Grant is his dad, as he is going to face a right-handed hitter as he drops down sidearm. Is this Jackson Zeller again?
Mm,
Number 30, Jackson Zeller getting an at-bat. Down in the count 0-2. It's his second at-bat. Struck out his first time. The former Chat State Tiger. I believe. Is he also in the portal? Just getting to know these guys. He is in the portal. Looking for a 4-year opportunity. Well, actually, he doesn't have to have a 4-year. He's redshirt, so he's got 2 years of JUCO if he still wants it. 5'11", 185-pound catcher from Knoxville, Tennessee. Also a Farragut Admiral over in Knoxville. Business finance major. Richard and Amanda, his parents. A younger brother, Colton. He's got grandparents he calls Grandpa and Grandma both in Dallas, Texas, and in Knoxville. If they're listening in, send me an email to treesports@gmail.com. I don't solicit. I won't send you spam emails or anything like that. I'll just recognize you on air. Full Count Ministries, Full Count, as Grant takes something off, and that pitch just stays outside for a leadoff walk for Zeller. And now Hudson Separulo coming to the plate. He was hit by a pitch. Is Chandler on deck, or are we just going all off the map here? Left-handed hitting first baseman. He gets fisted there. Fouls it back to the screen. Turn around. There we go. It's Edward McLeod on deck. Blocked by Barrett Brown, still behind the plate. Keeps a runner at first.
we got Sweeney and Joan on the infield. I think
Oh.
you noticed that.
We got nobody in uniform on the left side. Is that actually Jonas Smithson at third base?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Jackson Grant saying, oh, great. Give me 2 pitchers to play. No, that's Nick Krupp at third base. I know that's Sweeney. So our assistant general manager is playing third base. Oh, it's probably Joan out there in center field.
Yeah.
It looks like it. I'm going to have to get some better binoculars here. 2-2 pitch coming from Jackson Grant. He slings that one sidearm left-handed and lands outside. Separulo with a Full Count Ministries Full Count coming with Edward McLeod on deck. So some pop at the plate with a couple of big fellas. Separulo 6'5", 240. That's out to left field. Is that Jay Fuller still out there? Or is that whoever it is just got toasted? That is the first ball that's gotten around, and Ryan Sweeney at shortstop. His throw to the plate is offline. Gets by Barrett Brown. Separulo thought about coming in, but that'll be a double. Give him an RBI. As that's a Zach Williams insurance run. He'll move to third on the E6. So second hit of the ball game produces the second run of the ball game. That's the first error, and Ryan Sweeney, who started this game on the mound, gets credit for that, or gets charged with that. Now, Edward McLeod at the plate. That ball's well struck to center field. It's going to get a run in. If that's, oh my goodness, it hits off the wall, and whoever the center fielder is, he's just basically playing in the rain or the water out there, and he's wishing now he stayed in the dugout. That's going to be a triple for Edward McLeod.
I think that's Jonah. Looks like him. Built like
That
Jonah.
ball nearly left the yard. He was splashing. It's very wet from the rain over the last 4 or 5 days. And another Zach Williams country financial insurance run crosses the plate back to back. Extra base hits as Rylan Moses steps to the plate. I think. So we've got some new defensive players out there that probably not very helpful to Jackson Grant, the pitcher on the mound. Still nobody out in the inning. Pitch misses down. This is not Rylan Moses. This is Jay Fuller at the plate, getting his fourth at-bat. Lefty on lefty matchup. Edward McLeod, 6'3", 230-pound first baseman. Nearly left the yard out there by the Wendy's sign in left center field. That's a 4-pitch walk, or is that ball 3? Ball 3. And 4-pitch walk to Fuller. He says, I don't want to walk. I guess he's just going to stay up there. Just keep it 3-0.
Got it.
Ball 5. And Fuller says he's just going to go on and go down now. Tough probably for Jackson Grant to be sitting around this long, although you're going to have to get used to it if you're going to be a relief pitcher and come in.
Mm-hmm.
So
We got a new catcher.
that's Jackson Zeller back in the game. So a couple of Jacksons making up the battery. And let's see if we can figure out.
Oh,
Case and Hill gets hit by a pitch, and he says, I want that to be ball 1. Well, I'm glad this is a scrimmage game. This my score sheet here on this piece of notebook paper is looking ugly.
everywhere.
Yeah. That happens when in scrimmage games when they just bat whoever they want, wherever they want.
Mm.
1 ball, no strike. Fuller's going to take off and go, swing and a miss. Fuller picks up the stolen bag.
I think the other team's like gone. I saw a whole cluster of
Did
them
they
walk
all
out.
leave? Okay, yeah, I guess that's true. That's why we're doing that. I think they had to leave like around 8 o'clock or something. Popped up and out of play, a AAA auto glass foul ball. Appreciate Tyler Sills and the Knights coming over to play. Most of them probably lives south of Nashville. I don't know that there are any that are from up here in Sumner County. They may. They have the roster that just has number and what year they are. They were, I think all of them except one were just finishing their junior year. So I would assume this is our last half inning of play. Kason Hill with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Runners at second and third. Pitch gets by Zeller, and on comes McLeod, and the throw gets by Grant. So a wild pitch scores McLeod and moves Fuller to third base. So another run in. All right, so I've got 3 runs in the inning, which you should be able to see right here, which it's showing on the visitors. That's a problem. Smash to the first baseman. I believe that is Kason Youngblood. Kason Hill retired on the 3 unassisted, but he gets an RBI. We have to figure out what happened with there's our first out. Why are the runs going? Are you going up here and hitting it like that instead of hitting the R? Is that what's happening?
I don't know.
How are you making this move?
I'm clicking the up.
Okay, that's what the problem is. You're putting them on the visitors.
Oh, I'm just putting where full
Side.
count was.
Oh, you know what? I did not change that. You're right. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, it's not full count in Paducah. I've got that up there ready for Friday's game. I did not put. Well, I'm not going to change it now. Just taking around. Yeah. Okay. Oh well. 5-0 full count, but we're not playing Paducah. Is that going to change? No, umpires are staying out there. Josh Carmen out to have a conversation. He actually may have. Did he change pitchers? I don't think so. Still Jackson Grant. Ryan Sweeney, the shortstop, is playing Jimmy Gamboa, our pitching coach. I told you I was going to get to the our coaching staff. I don't know if I printed that off, though. Head coach Josh Carmen in his 5th year as a head coach, been the general manager. This is his 6th year as the general manager. And Jimmy Gamboa will be back for the 3rd year as the pitching coach. Jonas Smithson will probably be both a coach and a player at some point this year. Grant pitch to, is this Bozeman?
Um,
Have to wait and see when he turns sideways. I think that's Charlie. Nope. Is it 20 or 22? Looks like a 22. Is this JP Hyde getting his first at bat?
Another JP.
There you go. Swings in a AAA autoglass foul ball back to the Merch Pavilion. Nobody on. Let's lift it out to right center field. I don't think anybody's going to get it now. Catch is made by our uniformed right fielder. That may be Bozeman there. Or is that a pitcher? He's not going to turn his back to me. Numbers on the back are a lot easier to see. Turn sideways. That may be Rylan Moses, who's moved over for some unknown reason. And now Sutton Hyde gets an at-bat. So hopefully the Hyde family is stuck around to see the Twins come to the plate. Jackson Grant delivers high. Two hits in the inning, couple of walks, resulted in 4 runs. Swing and a miss, the 2-1 pitch. Sutton's 6 foot, 195 pounds, a little bit taller and a little bit heavier than his brother JP. What I need to know is who's the oldest? I am a twin myself. Now, they are identical twins. They're not perfectly identical, as none are, but if I looked at them enough and knew them enough, I'd be able to tell them apart. There are some twins you just can't do it with, but my twin brother and I are fraternal, so we don't look much alike at all as Sutton draws the walk, third walk of the inning. And now Barrett Brown will get another at-bat right-handed with 2 outs and a runner at first. Switch hitting catcher. And he has to get out of the way of that inside fastball. But I am a good bit taller than my twin and have always been heavier until we got well into adult life. So that's fouled out of play. AAA autoglass foul ball. So I'm going to guess that Sutton Hyde, who's the bigger of the two, maybe the older of the two, but it's pure guess based on my experience with me and my twin brother Joel. 1-1 stays inside as Zeller keeps that one in front. They're both from Glasgow, Kentucky. I'm talking to them while they're taking batting practice a couple days ago, and they said they do most everything together. They are from a community college down in Alabama, Marion Military Institute. I think they play in Division II, JUCO, after the big split. Another AAA autoglass foul ball, but I'm spitballing on that. Alabama had about 16 community college baseball teams a couple of years ago and ended up splitting into 2 groups. 8 stayed in Division I believe, and 8 went to Division II. I'm thinking that Marion Military went to Division II. Ground ball weakly hit to third. Who is that? It throws across the diamond. Is that Cam Suggs? Nope, Edward McLeod. And that will do it as Brown retired for the final out of the broadcast. So now I'll show you what we do here is we come down and we show it final, although I'm just now finding out. See, there's a final button right here. So we hit that right there and say final. 5-0. Full count beats Paducah at Paducah, even though we're at Drake Street Park and we played the Knights. That's my bad. I didn't. That on the screen is way too small for me to see. Well, there you go. That's Ava Dorn. She finishes her first game as the director of the broadcast. But probably my wife, Susan Reese, will be sitting in that seat while Ava handles the scoreboard operation. They only put 3 runs up on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4. The scoreboard out there didn't have the score right. You can turn it down. You want to say goodbye? Ava, did you enjoy your experience?
I did enjoy it.
Okay, great. Thank you very much
You're
for
welcome.
your assistance. Okay. There's no pay for preseason games as far as I know.
All right, got it.
Unless you can talk it out of Brooke Carmen.
It doesn't
All right.
bother me.
Take care. Thank you.
All right.
All right, that's Ava Dorn. She doesn't want to stick around and help clean up. She's got to go. She's got places to go. People to see, things to do, don't you? You're on a tight schedule. Ava Dorn, thank you for your help as this has been the scrimmage game. You can leave that alone. I'll handle all of that. Just make sure. Do you know whose cup that is right there? Oh, he left it. Zach Williams of the Country Financial Insurance. Is that right? It is financial, isn't it? I keep joking. I'm going to call it. It is Country Financial, the Zach Williams Agency. 615-336-5378. One of our new sponsors this year. Title sponsor is Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Todd Hundley, Linda Hundley, the owners of CFA Rivergate, and they are wonderful people. Thank you to those folks. A lot happening up there in that Rivergate area. If you're not familiar with what's going on in Madison, Tennessee, they're tearing down the actual mall. So over the next couple of years, there's going to be a lot going on in the backyard of Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. But Christian Chicken's going to keep on rolling. I'm confident. So do want to thank Wendy's. We got meal sponsors, Chick-fil-A of Rivergate, of course, Wendy's, the Meat Sweats, who donated the food for the meet and greet barbecue at Full Count headquarters on Sunday. Met some of you that were here, and hopefully I'll get to meet more of you as the year goes on. All right, Sutton is the older by 1 minute. Wow, that's cranking it out pretty quick. There's 5 minutes difference I hear between my twin brother and I. I don't remember it, but like Ava, I was born at a very early age to parents that I hardly knew, as all of us. And so that's it for the scrimmage today, but we got one more thing we got to get to, and that is our Full Count Ministry verse of the game. And we're going to start out, and I'll probably use this one again for the very first game. We're going to use the mission verse of the Full Count Ministry, and that's found in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 25, that says, everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever. Find that in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 25. As Julie0518 says, thanks, Tim. Glad to have you back again this season. Julie, you're going to tell me who you are. Julie doesn't help me. If you were here last year, Julie Sweeney. I'm going to go out on a limb. Julie Sweeney. My final answer, Ryan Sweeney's mother. I don't know that I'd know you if I walked into you, but I'm pretty sure that after reading his bio over the last 2 years, there we go, Ryan's mom. All right, it's great. I'm glad that we got Ryan Sweeney back on the club again. Ed and Julie Sweeney. Ryan from Franklin went to Centennial High School. I was scrambling when he pitched. I didn't get a chance to talk about Ryan, but we'll talk about him during the season for sure. I've got a lot of stats on him as I've updated, and he has one of the marks in Full Count Rhythm history, probably Prospect League history as well, that might never be touched again. So you'll have to stay tuned during the regular season to get that little nugget out of me. I'm not giving it to you today as the team is still meeting on the third base line. We will be in action on Friday at Paducah. I think game time is 6:30 p.m. We'll carry it right here, Lord willing, internet works, and we don't get kicked off of YouTube, or maybe we can get back onto Facebook. I sure hope, because there's a lot of you that watch and listen on Facebook, and that's where we get a lot of the comments. Nobody availed themselves of the treesports@gmail.com email, but that is another way to send in a message to let me know who you are, where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. But I'd say it's overall, we'll go with a B- on our pregame scrimmage. Big faux pas with having the scoreboard wrong, but I'm going to be right for Friday, because it is Full Count playing at Paducah, and hopefully that's an indicator of what the score will be going up to play the Chiefs, who Full Count has had their number over the years against the Chiefs. Don't think there's anything else to be done. This was a preseason scrimmage against a high school team. Going to need to break these sticks out a little bit better. But for the most part, we did hit against our own guys. So it was college on college hitting and pitching. I think there were 10 full count rhythm pitchers that ended up getting some work in, and there's still several who have not made it to the club yet. But hopefully we'll have the largest part of the folks at least in here for Saturday's first home game against the Henderson Flash. That's always a big rivalry right there. Henderson always has a good club. So Full Count won the championship last year, a 2-0 win against the Fulton Railroaders, a run rule here at home and then a run rule on the road to get their third championship a year ago. Full Count is hunting championships, but more than that, we're hunting souls. We'll hope to baptize more players than ever here on the field at Drakes Creek Field number 3. They're going to get a good portion of the gospel on a regular basis here. For head coach and general manager Josh Carmen and Brooke Carmen, the head of everything here, his wife who handles all things administrative, and she is Elmer's glue for Full Count Rhythm for sure, and also Full Count Ministries itself. We'll get more into the staff. Reed Glover, a big help. He's on staff. Todd Cox on staff. Several are down in Nicaragua. Even now at a mission trip. John Smithson's down there. I would assume that my man, golly, it's tough to get old. Adam Spates, there we go. Final answer. Adam Spates from Birmingham area is probably also down on that mission trip. And I think that's all of the full count, or the full-time Full Count U.S. Employees. But do want to thank them, as without the Full Count Ministry, there will not be a Full Count Rhythm. All right, I got to go home. My wife says time to get home. Thanks to all who checked in on the YouTube chat. Sorry to those who were watching and listening on Facebook. We'll see if we can get that ironed out with my man Zach Williams, who helps us with our broadcast stuff. And he's taught me a lot, but he hasn't taught me everything, and that's one of them I don't know how to fix. Well, that'll do it for the preseason. It'll be regular season the next time we talk. God bless you. We'll talk to you soon right here on the Full Count Sports Network. Good night, everybody.
This has been another Full Count Rhythm Baseball game presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We'll see you next time right here on the Full Count Broadcast